Alright, here's your guys' help video on factor theorem. Now, we have if f of x equals x to the third plus 16x to the second plus 73x plus 90, which of the following is not a factor of f of x? So just remember, you guys, if you guys do have a factor, right? If it is a factor, that means it's also a zero. If it's not a factor, that means it's not a zero, which means you will have a remainder. So essentially, which of the following is not a factor means you're going to be looking for which one gives you a remainder and not zero. So quickest way to do it, you guys, is synthetic division. So let's first do have to substitute our zeros for that and see if this is going to give us a 0. So if this factor of x plus 9, you guys, gives us a 0, then that means that that would be a factor. But we're looking for not a factor, which means we are looking for remainders. So let's take a look. 1, and then you guys do mama, right? Multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. 1 times negative 9, add 7, 7 times negative 3, 9, negative 6, 3, add 10, 10 times negative 9, negative 90. So unfortunately, you guys, x plus 9 is a factor because it gave us a 0, but remember, we're looking for which one is not a factor. So we're going to start erasing these because we're not looking for a factor, right? We're looking for we're not looking for a factor. But that x plus 9 was a factor. So let's try x plus 5. So that will be negative 5, right? 1 times negative 5, add 11, 11 times negative 5, negative 55, add negative 18, or positive 18, sorry. 18 times negative 5, you guys, negative 90. So again, it's 0, which means x plus 5 is a factor. But we're looking for which one is not a factor. So it can't be that one either. Let's try 5. Because for this one, you guys, it would be 5. 1 times 5. 1 times 5 is 5. Add 21 times 5. 105. Add 178. And this looks to be good, you guys, right? Because this looks like it will give us some remainder. And the remainder that we are going to be getting, you guys, is 890, 980. Perfect. So since that is not a 0, then this one is going to be a remainder, which means this one is not a factor. So it's that one. Now, this one's asking for which one is a factor, which means if you guys have a factor, that means it's going to give you guys a 0. So let's try it. Set up your guys' synthetic division. For the first one, we're going to have negative 4. And we're going to check. 1 times negative 4, add negative 12. Negative 12 times negative 4, you guys, 48. Add 67. Okay, I'm going to stop because that clearly is not going to get us to this being a 0. So I'm going to stop there. Let's try negative 1. 1 times negative 1, add negative 9. Negative 9 times negative 1, 9. Add 28. Okay, I'm going to stop there too, because this one, 2, is not going to give us a 0. Let's try this one. The factor of x plus 3, so that's negative 3. 1 times negative 3, add negative 11. Negative 11 times negative 3, 33. Add 52. I'm going to stop right there because that's not going to give us a 0 either. So it must be this last one. 1 times 1 is 1. Add negative 7 plus 1 times negative 7 is negative 7. Add 12. 12 times 1, 12. Perfect. We got a 0, and every time you guys get a 0, that means it will be a factor. We'll try one more. Which of the following functions has a factor of x minus 1? So one of these functions has a factor of x plus minus 1. And we know if it does have a factor of x minus 1, that means one of our zeros would be 1. So which one of these is going to give us a 0 once we substitute in 1? So 1, and remember, opposite of this number right there. So we got 1, negative 11, 15, and 28. This is the first one, so let's check it out. 1 times 1 is 1, negative 10 times 1, negative 10, add 5. Okay, that's not going to give us a 0, so we know it's not going to be that one. Remember, if it's a 0, then we know it's a factor. Okay, next synthetic division. 1, negative 13, 39, and negative 27. 1 times 1 is 1, add negative 14 plus that is negative 14, add 25, not going to be 0, it's not going to lead us to 0, so can't check that one. Next, 1, negative 13, 39, negative 28. 1 times 1 is 1, negative 12 times 1, negative 12. 39 plus negative 12 is 27. Nope, but as we can see, yeah, that's not going to give us 2 either. We are close. Let's try 1, negative 11, 15, and 27. So 1 times 1 is 1, add negative 10 times 1, negative 10, add 5. Okay, that one's not going to get it either. I think I goofed you guys, and I'm pretty sure it was going to be the second one. So one of these definitely is going to give me a 0. I just have to make sure I take my time and go slowly. This is this one. 1 times 1 is 1, negative 12, it is this one. I added probably wrong before. Negative 1 times negative 12, add 27, 27 times 1, 20, it is that one. So since that one gave us a 0, you guys, that means this one is your guys' factor. Okay, so hopefully that helped you guys.